What is up, guys and girls? Welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you're all having fun, and I hope you're getting out on the water as much as possible. We are coming back at you from Rhodes, Greece, Reckless Riders Wingfoil Center, and we have some more foil review videos. Now, as we've mentioned on most of our videos, we are not endorsed by Axis, so we're not paid to do any of this. We bought all the foils ourselves, tested them ourselves, and we're going to tell you our honest opinion about the foils. Now, that's what we would do anyway. We wouldn't lie to you guys no matter what, but I should say it up front just so you guys don't get the wrong idea. Today we're going to be continuing down the HPS series. The HPS foils, or high performance speed foils, are high aspect foils that are really user friendly and easy to use. So for those people kind of worried about getting into the high aspect foils because of that difficulty that kind of accompanies them, don't look any further than the HPS series. These are very user-friendly for high aspect foils. You'll get everything you're looking for from the high aspect kind of style, but much easier use and user-friendly. They won't punish you too much. The only difference is HPS foils, they are speed-based foils, so you basically need to get as much speed as you can on the surface of the water to make your launch into foiling much easier. You can't just aggressively pump your legs and get them going. It will not work as well. So you need some decent power to generate decent power and speed through your wing and on the board. Now, today we're looking at the smaller sizes of the HPS series. So we're looking at the last three. We're going to do three together. We've got the 830, the 700, and the 650. The 830, it's a very good foil, but I will admit that the 700 and the 650 I have ridden, but not that much. My wonderful wife rides these much more because they're tiny little baby foils. Not for someone my size, ideally, right? Now, the 830 foil is very similar to the 880 that we mentioned on the last video. So it's a very good foil for advanced riders. You can get plenty of speed. It still holds a nice amount of glide. You can use it at any weight limit, but it is better for a bit lighter riders. For heavy riders, it's good for speed because you can push out a lot of speed, and that kind of lift you get from the speed you're generating, you can keep it under control. So like I said before, on the 880 I'd reached about 28 knots max speed, and I'm generally not a guy that likes to go for speed, but you know, I had to test it out. So on the 830 I could probably push out a bit more, and on the smaller ones more and more and more, but you need more and more wind. So the 830 is a good for speed, still gets decent amount of glides, nice for catching some waves, a lot of maneuverability, very playful foil, a very nice kind of all-around high aspect foil, and you can definitely do freestyle on it, jumps on it. It's fine with anything aerial. It can take the brunt force, and you have a lot of control while doing these kind of things. They're actually the 830 and the 880 together are probably some of the most popular freestyle foils for the general public. We're not talking about the pros that use 500 and 600 square centimeter foils. So yeah, the 830 very similar to the 880, a fantastic all-around foil, good for light riders, okay for heavy riders in good winds. You don't want to go in very light winds with it unless you're very proficient, and it has a lot of control, a lot of playfulness, very nice foil overall, very good all-arounder. You'll have tons of fun on it, especially if you're starting jumps and freestyle with this foil. Now the next two foils, or the next foil down, is the 700. So that's, or again, Axis, right? The names are from the wingspan, so 700 is the wingspan. The actual area of this is 890 square centimeters. It is a tiny, nice little looking foil. It's still, like, for my wife, she rides waves with it, she catches it. This is actually her older foil. Now she uses this one all the time, an even smaller one. But they are really naturally fast foils because of the size. If you're a heavier rider, you can push out tons of speed on this. For her, as a lighter rider, she catches waves and it's still got that nice glide, good for wave riding, super maneuverable, super curvy. When I took it out, I was just sending jumps and freestyle on it because it's so tiny. It's just so nice to rotate. You don't feel any pressure when hitting the water on the landing. and it comes out on the jumps with a lot of control. The wingtips come out first, you don't feel much ventilation or anything like that. Just really really nice, controllable, playful, maneuverable foil. Again, all of these foils go with a black fuse, advanced or normal. I use normal. I just think it suits them more. I don't think the advanced has much of a benefit on these foils, especially on the small sizes. I mean, they're already super playful. How much more playful do you want to get them? They're tiny. Yeah, so this is an advanced foil for sure. You don't want to use it anywhere close to any beginners, even intermediates. This is an advanced rider foil. It needs plenty of wind to get going, unless you're super, super light. And then the next one down and the last one in the series is the HPS 650. Again, 650 is the wingspan. Actual area, 769 square centimeters. Nice little baby foil. And it just takes everything the 700 does and reduces it even more. I would say this foil is a hidden gem because it really does push out a lot of performance in it. It has a nice little shape, a little bit of a reduced chord to the 700, so it just has that glide built in. It works really nicely. It crazy speed if you push this foil right. Obviously less lift, less drag. Super nice for freestyle, for jumping, but as a light rider, again, I wouldn't use it for wave riding because it doesn't lift me as much. But as a light rider, you can go down fast waves, you can keep in the belly of the wave. Just doesn't matter how fast that wave is if you're out in stormy conditions, and it still has plenty of glide for its size. Super maneuverable, super playful, anything you would expect really from a foil with its wingspan and its size. And generally I would say this is the amazing one for freestyle jumping and everything, because it just doesn't give you any bad feedback. You just send it and go do whatever you like. The foil's going to be very nice with you, land nicely, nice, smoothly, doesn't get in your way in any possible way. Again, black fuselage on all of them. Even on this one, my wife has it set up with a normal advanced fuse because she wants that a bit of extra glide without having her foil too far forward. It's an ultra short on this. You can use crazy short easily, you can even use silly short, but just depends what you like, I guess. Rear wings, anything speed-based, skinny, flat, speed, but we here prefer the progressive because we don't use them specifically for speed. We want them for all-arounding and just doing a bit of everything. And I wouldn't go anything bigger than a 350 progressive on these little ones. Obviously, if you go anything bigger than that, you're starting to get a way too big rear foil comparing to your front foil. So yeah, 350 progressive is the biggest we use on these, and then we go down to like 325, 300, even smaller if you want to go real crazy and if you've got some strong conditions. They can be used with other sports as well. The 830 especially can still go for like downwinding, prone foiling. I would not use it for subfoiling. I think they're way too small at this point. Windsurf foiling if you're good, but I think there's better options for that, and definitely can use them in kite foiling, especially the two smaller ones. They're probably very good kite foils. They're fantastic in kite foiling. They have plenty of speed, and because of that speed they can generate a lot of pop flying out of the, if you want to do jumps on kite foiling. And of course you can still use them for prone foiling if you're light, but that's about it. I mean, you can take every foil in nearly every aspect if you're good enough and if you want to push it, but I would say stick with winging for these and maybe kite foiling. But like I mentioned before, we only care about winging, so just keep it with winging. That's what we're going to talk about. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you understand how these foils work. Anything you want to know, please ask down in the comments. Drop a comment about these foils, about the previous foils, about future foils, about anything you want to see more in these videos. But again, keep in mind that we're trying to simplify the videos. We're not going too complicated. And yeah, I hope you like the video, so drop a like, subscribe to the channel if you already haven't, and I will see you on the water.